in the chat, I'll ask them what they're reading and stuff and try to like talk to them as well. You still there, Will? Hey, 1 second, guys. Having a small issue. As soon as I started the broadcast, I lost my guest. Hope everyone's having a good night. Use the chat, say hi, see what people are up to. And I need to definitely mute myself. Oh, there we go. I had 2 videos up of me talking, and it was very odd. It sounded like I was in a whirlwind. Let me give Will a second here to log back in. One moment, please. If you're in the chat, let me know what's up. What have you been up to? What are you planning on doing this weekend? I've been listening to N.K. Jemisin's The 5th Season while playing Bejeweled. Bejeweled number 3, actually. So no Bejeweled 8. I was trying to find a way to listen to audiobooks and keep my brain a little bit active as well. So I've been playing match 3 games. The amazing Michael from Bitten by Radioactive Book suggested it to me. He said, hey, why don't you play match 3 games while audiobooking? I don't crochet, I don't color, I don't do any of those things. So I was like, okay, I'll try that. And hey, it works. I play Bejeweled and listen to audiobooks. And it's nice. All right, my guest is having issues at the moment. Oh, wow. I'm going to give him like 5 or 10 minutes or so. Well, I'll go ahead and talk about what I am reading, and once he gets in, he can talk about what he is reading. So this last week, I finished Cinder by Marissa Meyer, a young adult science fiction book that's a retelling of Cinderella, and you know what? I kind of liked it. I give it 3 stars, and I didn't think I was going to like it. You know, a part of me always thought that retelling of fairy tales is an easy way to write a book because you already have the framework. But I'm starting to come around a little bit, changing my my tune a little. I found it to be imaginative, and I liked it for what it was. YA, girl meets guy, girl's a cyborg type thing. Yeah, it was good. I give it a 3, and I will continue with the series. It's not that bad for YA with romance in it. The science fiction elements and the world building was surprisingly decent. So I'll have a review up on Cinder probably next week. And today I did reviews of All the Birds You Cannot See. Oh, there's Will.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks.
All right. You're going to be breaking up a little bit, Will, because of your internet, but that's okay. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi. So I am Will. I run the blog MyBookishEmpire over on the Google platform Blogger. I've been doing it a year and a half, and I have a couple followers, but I mainly review and read science fiction and fantasy. Some of my favorite authors are Sanderson, of course. And I also enjoy reading the odd classic every now and again. But I read and review books over at mybookishempire.blogspot.com.
Cool. And so what have you been reading lately? What did you read this last week?
So this last week, my favorite trilogy, I started the sequel trilogy, which is the sequel trilogy to the Mistborn books. That book's The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. Basically what it follows is the Mistborn world 300 years after the end of that trilogy, and technology has advanced, and they have this kind of Wild West theme that they're going on. I found it to be really comical, and I thought that the characters were great. I love Sanderson's writing, mainly because he's so approachable in how he writes, because I feel like there are some fantasy authors out there that write, and they write really well, but it takes almost like a PhD to be able to understand where they're going with the story. But I feel like Sanderson's more approachable for others.
That's cool. I agree with you. He is very approachable. I need to get to that trilogy or that series. I guess it's not a trilogy now. They made it into 4 books. But that series, the second series myself, because, I got to catch up. I got to catch up with the Mistborn. I got to catch up with the Cosmere thing. And I loved the first trilogy, and I hope the second trilogy or second series. I keep calling it a trilogy. But yeah, I need to catch up with that. I was just saying that I read Cinder by Marissa Meyer and was surprisingly happy about how decent it was. I don't read a lot of YA, and fairy tale retellings is something I'm kind of skittish about, but I was pleasantly surprised, and I think that's one of the YA series that the hype is deserved.
That's good, because I have it sitting on my shelf, and I will get to it one day. Maybe if it hits BookTube SFF, or if Winter does, then I'll have to try to read all of them.
Yeah, right. So what are you currently reading?
I am reading Shadows of Self, which is the sequel book to the Alloy of Law. I'm reading it on my Kindle, so I don't have a picture to hold up or anything, but it follows the story pretty closely to where it leaves off. We do get a little bit of a backstory, though, which I found to be kind of interesting. I'm also currently reading the Book of Strange New Things by either Michelle Faber or Mitchell Faber. I think it's a guy. But I think that one's interesting, and it has an interesting idea because it's a science fiction book, but it's not hard SF. It's really more on the speculative side. And at the point that I'm at, he just barely landed on the planet he's going to. So nothing really major has happened, but that's what I'm listening to at the moment. So
that's cool. I've always wanted to get to that one. I've heard quite a bit about I think it's Michael Faber. It's a guy. Maybe it's Mikkel. It could be Mikkel.
One of those.
One of those things. He's from the Netherlands. The Netherlands, you know, those people over there, they have cool names. Those Dutch names are awesome. So, yeah.
Exactly. And there could be an accent that I just didn't write down, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, he writes some pretty cool speculative stuff, though. I need to give him a try. I'm currently reading, actually, a nonfiction book. I've been reading, you know, a lot of YA and fantasy stuff lately, and, well, my brain kind of felt a little bit squishy. So I'm reading some nonfiction. I got Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. And I got this because, you know, I'm all about equal rights, but I don't know much about the details and the terminology and things. I just want to educate myself a little bit more on feminism. Surprisingly, though, what's awesome about this is I did not know that Roxane Gay was an African-American woman, and the things that she talks about with her race, with the people that she works with and people around her and while she was in school and being a woman, it's fantastic. I love it. And her writing is so readable, and the book is split up into a bunch of little essays, and it's just very easy to read an essay here and read an essay there. It takes maybe like 10 minutes to read each individual essay, and I'm really enjoying it. And also, I am listening to an audiobook. I was saying this earlier, The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I've been reading that on audiobook. I will definitely try to finish that this weekend. I have things to do that I can listen to an audiobook while I'm doing it. And also I've been playing Bejeweled 3 while listening to audiobooks. That's my little activity I do while I listen to audiobooks. And a friend of mine got me doing that. Michael from A Bitten by Radioactive book helped me figure that out. I don't crochet, I don't color, I don't do anything of those things, but I can play a really simple video game. And then if I get to it and want some more fantasy, I'm still reading Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. This is one that's easy to jump in and out of. It's not necessarily complex, so it's easy to jump in and out whenever I have the spare time. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading this weekend. Have you read any of those, Will?
I actually really wanted to read The Fifth Season, but I don't have it. I think I may do the audiobook if I get it. I do have the Theft of Swords, but I haven't started it yet. I really need to, but I am really bad when it comes to reading multiple books at a time, because I tend to find one that I love, and then I'll just continue with that one.
Yeah,
then I'll forget about the plots of. Yeah. And being as I'm trying to buddy read Theft of Swords with you and a bunch of other people.
Might have frozen. Oh, there you go. You're back.
It almost scared me for a second. But basically, I'm going to try to get to it, but we'll see if that actually happens. Sanderson's taken over my life right now.
That's okay, yeah. It's difficult sometimes, you know, to try to schedule a bunch of buddy reads and also read the things you want to read and try to fit things in that you're just feeling like reading. It's very difficult. So I'm bad at it.
I mean, I don't think I'd be so bad at it, but doing school and everything on top of that,
right.
But I'll keep trying.
Right. And what is there something next week that you want to read that you know you're really looking forward to?
I really want to start the Trader Brew Cormorant. This again is a buddy read. It's with Caitlin from Kitty G, James from James Chatham. There's Chelsea from the Reading Outlaw. There's a couple others in there, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But I've heard this is good, and it sounds like it's going to be a quick read, although it might be a little on the darker side. It's about a girl who wants to try to get into the government, which is trying to take over her people, and she wants to get high enough in it where she can take down the government and save her race. So it could be stereotypical, but I've heard some pretty great reviews on it, so it should be fun.
Yeah, I've actually read that last year, and I am in the minority with that one. I actually didn't care for it, but I think I'm the only person on BookTube right now that doesn't like it. So, yeah. Sometimes things just don't work.
Yeah. It's unfortunate you didn't like it, but I'm hoping that I don't fall in that category.
Right. But the cover is awesome. I mean, the cover was one of my favorite covers from last year. It's just a beautiful book.
Yeah. I don't know necessarily what's going on. The book tells it.
Yeah. I am going to probably try to read this Illuminae book. This is the most shiny cover in the world. And yeah, Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I got this at the library. And, this is another one of those YA super hits from last year. And it's pretty cool, though. It's very odd. It has a very weird style of writing. The story is told through emails, through chats, through like different correspondence and different things like that. So it's really cool. There's some pictures in here and science fiction, and I think it's going to be kind of cool. I like books that mix up the narrative a little bit and the way it's written and try to explore. One of these days, the ultimate storytelling immersion experience will happen when, a book will have a movie, will have a TV show, will have a podcast, will have online interaction, and I can't wait for that day to happen.
I actually think, I don't have it right with me, but I think it's Welcome to Night Vale. It has a podcast and there's a book out. There's not a TV show, but I think that's pretty interactive.
Yeah,
I also wanted to read
that's cool.
House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski, but I feel like that's going to be a little too extreme for me to start off with.
I love House of Leaves. It was one of my favorite reads back in 2014. I give it a 5-star. It's awesome. It's awesome. Just make sure if you take anxiety medication or anything, better stock up, because that one is scary.
It seems interesting, although I don't know how necessarily I would do with the formatting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually, because the format mirrors what's going on in the book, so it's definitely cool.
I'll have to try it over the summer when I have all the time in the world.
Yeah, it is a long one. Why don't you tell everyone about the contest you're running on your website?
Okay, so what I am running on the blog right now is a giveaway for the entire Mistborn trilogy in these UK paperbacks. And I'm also going to be sending out my UK copy of The Alloy of Law, because I'm a little bit particular about my books, and that one's height is way off from these. So I think I'm just going to stick with the US hardcovers on those. But basically, all you have to do to enter, they will ship from the book depository. So as long as the book depository ships to you, you can enter. All you have to do to enter is go to my Twitter, which is @Commodore70. I believe that'll be in the description of this video. And there's also ways to enter on the blog. You can comment different things, what you like about the blog if you've read it for any extended amount of time, what you'd like to see on it. Basically, I'm using this to get more ideas for the blog and to see what you guys want, because I don't want to be just putting what I want out there. I want to help you guys see what you want and make it worth your time.
Cool.
Cool. That'll be ending on the 7th, I believe, of March. And the winner will be announced both on Twitter and on the blog.
Awesome. I follow Will's blog myself. He always puts out easy to read reviews. I can go on there, can check it out, see what his thoughts are on a book. Doesn't take me too long. Always appreciate that. I don't have to search for anything within the review to find out what they thought of it. The information's right there, and I appreciate that.
Thanks. Yeah, my style sometimes can get a little bit lengthy, but that's only if I really have strong feelings about a book.
Yeah, that happens to me, and usually it's when I have strong negative feelings. That's when it gets long. But yeah,
I don't know. Some of those are my favorite ones to create because you can just rant everything down.
All right. Is there anything else you'd want to say before we take off here, Will?
I'd just like to thank you for letting me do this. This is really actually kind of cool. I'm going to be trying to start a YouTube channel probably in the summer when I'm off from uni, and then I'll try to have enough to go through the semester, but we'll see. As long as I can get editing down, you guys can expect to see me on YouTube probably in early May.
That's cool. I think you would do great. I mean, you're doing fine right now, so I think I'd love to see you on BookTube. Always looking forward to another BookTube SFF person,
It sounds like, from what I've heard from all of you guys, the community's great, and I know it is because I have people who read my blog, even though it's kind of dated, they still love it. So if I were to come to them in a video format, which is what I'm hoping to do, and get a hang of editing, that would be awesome.
Cool.
It's the computer skills I'm worried about.
You'll be all right. All right. I am going to go back to listening to more N.K. Jemisin and getting the high score on Bejeweled 3. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone enjoys what you're reading this weekend. Make sure you guys nominate for the BookTube SFF Awards. The link will be in the description box below. A link to Will's blog will be in the description box below. And also make sure you check out just check out other things too. I forgot the last thing I was going to say. But I hope everyone has a good night. Down below, in your comments, please tell me what you're reading. And hope everyone has a great, fantastic weekend. Thanks for coming and joining, Will.
Thanks for having me.
All right, take care.
Bye.